back to Joe and Di's allotment channel. We're now in July week 1. If you've been following our channel, you know we're trying to do a weekly series throughout the whole allotment year for allotment holders and kitchen gardeners of jobs to do each week of the year. So we're now in July week 1. Thankfully the jobs start to reduce a bit as the summer goes on. It's all a mad rush in April and May. And now we spend quite a lot of time harvesting as well now, which is getting something back basically. So yeah, today we've got a few jobs to do. This week we've got a few jobs to do, and we'll start with those shortly. So where some of the carrot haven't germinated, I'm going to fill in the gaps today with some fresh seed. Hopefully they'll germinate. What I've also done is planted out a lot of our modules today. So straight from the module, if you've seen our channel before, we plant in modules, take the whole chunk out of the module and plant it in the ground. Had a bit of a disaster though. We dropped one of the boxes on the way here and lost quite a few plants unfortunately. But this is what we got left. So yeah, we planted out parsleys. This is coriander. We've got flat leaf parsley. We've got curly leaf parsley. We've got some more coriander, some endive, some perpetual spinach and chard in that area, and some beetroot in this area. I think I dropped, one of the things I dropped was actually a nicer section of beetroots, which were a bit larger. We've got a bit of purslane over there. So all these have been put into this empty bed, which was the broad bean bed up to last week when we harvested it. So that's now filled that bed up to this end, and this end got some areas for planting for ready. Going to put some radish and more carrots in there as well. Just pre-watering where the seeds are going to go, because the soil is very dry. So that'll give them a bit of a start. So he's going to put some French breakfast in here, radishes. They won't take too long to germinate. They should give us a crop in sort of 3 to 4 weeks hopefully. And in this row I'm going to put winter radish, which grows for a lot longer. It's a sort of long variety, which won't be ready for quite a few weeks now. Try and do them thinly, because they're quite large plants. That's it, that's those done. We're going to put 3 small rows of carrots in here. We've got a James Scala Intermediate, which is quite a broadish variety of carrot. We've got a Early Nonce 2, which is a good freezer, and we've also got an Autumn King to plant as well. So I'll do those now, plant them thinly, and hopefully we'll get a good crop of carrots this year. So this was the other broad bean bed which we cleared. So I've got this lined up for next week. I'm going to put the winter cabbage in here, some winter cauliflower and some more calabrese. So that'll go into this bed here. And we've got these cows, 3 varieties of cow there, curly cow, Russian cow and black magic cow. So these are basically spares. I'll keep an eye on the ones we've already sown, planted out on the other plot and this plot. So if any sort of die off or whatever, there's a gap in, I can fill the gaps up with these. If they're left over and I've got space somewhere, I'll put those in. So what I'll do is I'll leave these down the allotment now and just cover them over with a bit of netting. So we've got an empty space here. I think this was where the summer spinach was, which went to seed, so I pulled it out a few days ago. I'm going to put some, don't like to have empty spaces, so I'm going to put some raw French beans in here, Canadian Wonder. So they go about 4 inches apart and about 2 inches deep. Give me my thumb, about 2 inches deep. So another job for this week is to, I'm going to comfrey feed the tomatoes, the corn, cucumbers and the marrows at the other end. So I've filled the comfrey up to about that level, and I'll top it up with water now. Yeah, so I've got one watering can full. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 beds. I'm going to feed these 4 beds. I'll start with this one. So the aim would be to give them all the feed probably once every week to 10 days now. Help the fruit form. So we've started harvesting peas. We'll harvest some more today. They're lovely. So lovely and sweet as well. Lovely. We'll get on and harvest some of those now. Yeah. We'll fill up a little container full. The next thing we'll harvest is a nice bit of oh, that one's been eaten away by something. Wow, look at that. Someone's had a meal of that. Take a few more. Couple more, I think. They give us a meal. There's a nice bunch of beetroot there. We'll take that home. Just picking some raspberries. They're quite small, but they're quite tasty. They go nice on the muesli, so lovely. Just take a bit of spinach home as well. I think that one's charred actually. We'll take some endive. A whole branch of that, easy. Nice bunch of endive there. We'll take some coriander and some parsley as well. Parsley as well. That's coriander and parsley. So we've got some red onions and shallots as well. Where we've been weeding them, we've actually been pulling them out at the same time. Got some nice garlic. And we're still getting a few sticks of celery. Celery? Rhubarb. Still getting a few sticks of rhubarb as well. The root system. Give those a watering and hopefully they'll get away. Just harvested some first early rocket. So there's probably enough there for a couple of meals. Lovely, nice sized potato. Nice courgette. The broad beans are ready, so we'll take some of these home. They're nice and plump. You can feel that the bean is solid inside. So we'll take a punnet of those home as well. Start using them. So we've got a load already in the freezer from the autumn plantings. We'll use these ones fresh on a weekly basis till they're gone. Good harvest of gooseberries. They're starting to soften up now. Gooseberry full. That'd be nice. Rhubarb full just finishing, gooseberry full just starting. Good timing. A nice little punnet of red and green gooseberries. Starting to get some flowers now on the climbing beans, which is good. So final few jobs for week 1 of July. Got to liquid comfrey feed all the marrows, courgettes and pumpkins, and also liquid feed the climbing beans now they're growing and flowering. So yeah, so that's the final job. And also the only thing I've got to sowing modules this week is on deep, so I'll get that done next few days as well. What we're going to do today is a tour of our 2 plots, plus the little bit of kitchen garden we've got at home as well. So this is a potato patch, and Jerusalem artichokes across the back there. We've started harvesting the first earlies already. We're nearly through the first row now, so they've been very delicious, the rockets. We're still earthing up the main crop. The climbing beans are now sort of should be producing some beans in the next few weeks, I think. Not doing too badly. The courgettes, marrows, squashes, pumpkins are doing all right. We started harvesting some courgettes already. Leeks there. Need watering really. Need some more rain or some water. But they're at least they're standing up and not been pulled up by the birds. We've got the cow under cover there. That looks okay, but I've got some spare ones to replace them if they sort of die off. Second sowing of sweet corn's looking okay. We've got the raw beans we started to harvest over there. That was the spring sown ones, so we started to harvest those. And we started to get some flowers on the French beans as well. Sowed some more French beans, but they haven't come through yet. Strawberries are all finished already. And the green ones, they're absolutely delicious. Lovely. Still got lots to harvest yet. Loads on there yet. Starting to sort of soften up, so they're lovely. Apples are forming on the apple tree, lovely. The sour cherry starting to sort of now go red. It's taken ages to go red actually this year. But we'll harvest those in the next few weeks. The other apple tree is looking good. Oh, we've got some berries to pick as well. We'll pick those in the next day or so. Nice sweet peas. And we've started getting some of the Logan berries over the back there as well now. They're starting to come through. So this is part 2 of our plots tour, I should say. This is the second plot. This is plot 59. As you can see, the rhubarb's sort of starting to keel over now. It's virtually gone. The artichoke as well is sort of coming to the end. We're getting a few raspberries come through. They're looking okay. This bed we've only recently planted up. Carrots are starting to look quite nice. Cauliflowers are looking okay. We haven't actually got any heads forming yet, but they're looking quite healthy, the leaves, which is a good sign. The onions we grew from seed are starting to swell out now. They're looking quite good. I think where we've got gaps now, we're putting in French beans. We've still got a few beetroots left there. We're harvesting those as we go. And we've still got some perpetual spinach. We've got French beans here and the last few of the spring onions. Looking okay in here. Tomatoes and the peppers. We're actually starting to get a few peppers come through. A few tomatoes starting to form as well. They're looking good. This bed's going to be the winter cauliflower, winter calabrese and cabbages will be going there in the next week or so. Got a few little leeks there left over. These are the onions and shallots. Another onion's come out of the ground, so I'll take that one home. Shallots should be ready in a few weeks' time, I think. Actually, they're starting to die off a bit now. We've got some winter radish there, and we've got another row of beetroot there. We're harvesting the peas now. They're nearly coming to an end. Not looking too bad. Parsnips are looking good. They're nice and tall. Got lots of growth on them. Looking quite healthy. And we've got another little row behind it, which we sowed later. So we should get another little crop of that out of those ones. A few more onions at the end. As we've been weeding them though, we've been actually pulling a lot up and taking them home and using them, so not too bad. This bed we've got I think there are cabbages in there as well. White cabbages and cow we've got in there. They've grown away quite well, looking quite healthy. Plum trees looking good. Getting quite a few plums on. Oh, well, that one's not very good, is it? But yeah, they're looking good. They're starting to change colour now slightly. Looking good. Grapes are just starting to form now. We trimmed off a lot of leaves a week or so ago. This apple tree is looking good. Lots of apples on it. We've got a few more parsnips in here which we planted in toilet rolls. We weren't sure they were going to germinate, but we planted them out and they're looking quite healthy. We've got another main crop of potatoes there which we planted a bit later than the other ones. They're starting to flower already actually. This is our cucumber bed. Oh, we've got a few there already to pick as well actually. Another one there. We'll take that one home as well. And have those. Okay, cucumber bed. These are both mainly tomato beds, and we've got peppers and basil on this side as well. There's a lovely pepper forming there, look at that one. Up one there. We've got some basil as well. I love it when things come up on their own though. That's just a rocket that's come up on its own. The self-seeded ones. And same with the purslane. That's self-seeded from last year. We've got a few of those coming through. One there, one there. Yeah, sweet corn's looking good. Getting quite tall now. So we've got beetroot here, row of beetroots, some endive, some coriander, some parsley, curly parsley and parsley as well. That bed is all cabbages. We've got the red ones on the outside here. They're looking good. Might even start using some of the cabbage leaves on the outside. They're looking rather nice. And we've got the white ones under cover. They're looking good. So part 3 of our July tour. We're now in our garden at home. Got our 3 compost bins here. One's nearly ready, one's nearly empty, and that one's on the go at the moment. Got a fig tree here. We've got a nice apple tree here, which produces a late crop. Quite a nice apple. Plum trees looking good crop this year. Lettuces, they're ready to go, ready to eat. Got calabrese at the back there. Some tomatoes, bit of mustard, some basil. Cinnamon basil is nice. It's got sort of purple leaves on it. A few kohlrabies at the back there, and some parsley as well. And a few more tomatoes I planted out this morning, which were the ones that we rooted from stems that we saved when we cleared the greenhouse a little bit, tidied it up. We've got another apple tree over here. That's the second one. We've got spinaches here, I've nearly finished, except for the Lolo Rosso one there, looks quite good. And I've had some odd cabbages, so I've chucked them in here. We might get some leaves out of them, but probably about it, and some odd perpetual spinaches there as well. So in the greenhouse we've got some flowers on our aubergine. Looking good. Lots of flowers on the tomatoes. Getting some tomatoes come through. Nice long pepper there. And the Basil in here needs cropping. That's the cinnamon basil inside the greenhouse, a lot larger. They're looking quite good. Loads of tomatoes on this side coming through. Quite a nice little selection there. We get some nice bunches of grapes on here. So this is a red variety, and the one on that side is a white variety. There's some forming on that as well now. See a nice big bunch there. This is mainly our sort of herbs near the house. We've got peppermint, mint, sage, oregano, some red sorrel. We've got some carrots in pots here as well, which are not ready yet. Another fig tree. That's quite a young one yet, that needs a bit of trimming up and sorting out. So that's our July tour. So we've seen plot 52, plot 59 in the kitchen garden at home. Hope you've enjoyed our tour. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, or consider subscribing to our channel to follow our journey throughout the whole allotment year. Thanks to the guy behind the camera again, and thank you for watching. Enjoy gardening.